Welcome back to Vegas Live. I have Aaron Phillips with me, and Aaron is actually sitting in a different seat. I don't mean different, but I mean normally he's doing what I'm doing, so this is rather different for Aaron. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing very well, thank you.
You look like you're very happy. And,
I am.
Yeah,
I love my life.
Isn't that nice? He
love
loves
my
his life. I don't know many people that really love their life.
I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do, just like you do.
Oh, I love what I do.
Right?
I love what I do.
When you do what we do, you can't not love what we do.
No, you can't, because
right?
actually we both have we have an advantage of the whole world.
That's
I'm going to tell you why. We can be any place at any time, and we will most definitely ask a stranger a question.
That's right.
And not feel guilty about it.
That's right. Start any conversation anywhere. It's someone in the entertainment field, right?
Well, no, anywhere. I do it to anybody.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've got some lovely ladies over there.
Yes, back there. I saw them.
Back there, they're lovely ladies. And my talent director went up to them. Well, now two of them are coming on the show.
Wonderful.
So because I don't know them, we're going to have a fun time. But the funny part about the whole thing is they're all from England.
Oh, there you go. So well, good.
England and Scotland, I should say. Great Britain.
All right. That's
absolutely.
Good. That's good.
So you also said something about a voice. You have a thing called The Voice or something. What's that all about?
I mean, I've been on radio in town for 13 years. I'm a member of the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame. Last year I was inducted.
Okay.
And The Voice is because of my radio work, podcasting, emceeing, voiceover. So basically my product is my voice.
Yes.
My tagline is let my voice speak for you. So whether it's working on people for their commercials or doing motivational speaking, I use my voice to deliver messages for other people or my own message. So it's the voice.
It's the voice. It's funny when you talk about a voice. Do you know why it's funny? Because nobody can ever take on your voice.
I hope not.
Well, whether they probably want to, which I'm sure they would like to, they can't. It will not, because it doesn't come out the same.
Right.
And it's like, a lot of people love my show, but they also like, to do the same as I do.
Absolutely.
And I said, you could definitely do the same as I do, but you're not going to get the voice.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
So that's kind of, in our business and in hosting and everything, that's kind of the thing we have, isn't it?
Correct. That's what identifies us from somebody else. You're unique in your voice, in the way you do what you do, just as I am, just as my podcast partner is. So it makes us unique to the industry.
It makes us very, very unique.
Correct.
And we all have our own way of saying it and presenting it and doing it. So everybody says, well, aren't you afraid of someone stealing your show? I'm not afraid of anybody stealing anything. In fact, it would be a compliment.
Absolutely. Please take it.
Yeah, take my
please. Yeah. But no, you're right. I mean, what do they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Oh, yes, the greatest, the greatest.
Look, if someone takes what you do or what I do and does it their own way, that's great. I actually help people as a producer on their own podcast. People have approached me over the years.
Now that's what I want to find out, because this podcasting thing is getting very, very big out there.
Absolutely.
And it's getting more and more. I'm familiar with it, but little knowledge is very dangerous.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Aaron, what exactly do people or you achieve out of podcasts? How does that make you money? How does that get you out there? What does it do?
Great question. Number one, if you think of podcasting in the way of recording, so let me ask you a question, if I may turn the tables back.
I was just waiting for that one. Believe me, I knew he couldn't sit there. I knew he couldn't just sit there and not ask me a question. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Every TV show you watch, do you watch it live or do you record them to watch later?
I watch it live.
You don't record any shows?
I have never recorded any show, because if I don't have time to watch it then, I'm not going to have time down there.
Well, she's just blown my question out of the water. But if anybody out there, and I know there's plenty of people, because I do it, we are not available to watch our shows live all the time. So I DVR them to watch them at another time.
Well, now, what do you mean DVR?
Record it, basically.
Okay. I want the audience to know.
Yes, you're right. Digital video recorder is what DVR stands for. So basically you're recording the show.
Yes.
To watch at a later time.
Okay.
At your convenience, and that's the key word.
Okay.
So podcasting is a recorded version of a radio show.
Okay.
The beauty is I'm not sitting in a studio, a traditional radio studio. I do my show similar to the way you do yours on a remote site.
Okay.
My podcast, and this is a purpose plug, is done at the Portnoy Gallery. That's right. Portnoy Gallery, and we do twin brothers from different mothers. My studio is in a Rubbermaid bin. I can take it anywhere I want to go.
What do you mean Rubbermaid bed?
No, Rubbermaid bin.
Oh, bin. I thought you
Sorry,
said bed.
it's my East Coast accent. So I have my mixer and I have all my microphones and everything in the bin. So
And that goes with you everywhere you go.
Correct. We do the show live on Facebook. We stream it live, but it's recorded. So I take the audio and I upload it to other sites.
Now, do we not have to be very careful on recording somebody? You have to get their permission to record them. Otherwise, I found out if you don't get a permission to record that person, you just hearsay or whatever, that's a misdemeanor.
Correct.
In Vegas. Am I correct?
You are. And we get the permission the same way you do. And,
yes.
And, you know, being transparent, I signed the release form to be on your show.
To be on my show today.
Both of us,
protect
actually.
you and to protect me.
Correct.
And I advise anybody out there, before you do any podcasting or anything out there, be careful how you put it out there, because you've got to get permission from the person you did it with or who or whatever. Otherwise, you could be in big trouble.
You'll get a phone call you don't want to get. But yeah, so what podcasting is really just recording a live show and putting it out there for people to listen to at their convenience.
So I could put a thing there, record what I'm doing at a time, and then put it out there.
Well, theoretically,
not that I want to do that.
Theoretically, you're doing that right now.
Yes.
I mean, I know you.
Well, no, I mean at home. I mean, if I was doing something anyway, if I was out, you know, whatever I was doing, I could go out there and I could sort of, you know, do that.
A couple of weeks ago, Neal and I were at a sports store that was doing the grand opening. Neal Portnoy, my co-host.
Okay.
He owns Portnoy Galleries. He's a well-known national illustrator for 45 plus years. Originally from Boston.
We'll have to bring him on.
Yeah, absolutely. He and I should both come on to talk about stuff.
There you go. Yes.
But Neal,
it's your show today.
It's my show. Sorry,
Neal. It's Aaron's show
time.
today.
But so you know, we get together at his place, but we did this show. We took my equipment. We went to a sporting goods store a couple of weeks ago, and we did our show live there during an event. They had a grand opening, so we were there.
Wonderful.
So podcasting is just recording, and it adds a convenience. Now, how does that benefit sponsors and
everybody's coming out with this stuff.
Correct. And it's just the convenience. For sponsors, it gives them more opportunities for their messages to be heard when the listener wants to hear them. Rather than
it's
just
the convenience for the listener, which is who the advertisers are trying to reach.
Correct.
They're trying to reach all these listeners, and you could be sitting waiting for somebody for coffee. You could put this on, and you could be so you don't have to be any place, anytime. It could be any place, anytime.
Correct, and that's where, like you said, the convenience comes in now for the advertiser or sponsor of our shows.
Yes.
They now get all these extra airings for free, and by that I mean they'll pay for the live airings during our show, their commercials and stuff.
Yes.
But because the shows are podcasted to be watched later on, it could be a day later, a week later, month, year, millennium later, those messages are still out there.
Yes.
Those are all free. Those are like sprinkles on top of the ice cream for the
sponsor.
And
they like that, because let me tell you something, everybody, I don't care whether it's Vegas, I don't care whether it's Alaska, I don't care where it is, they all want something for free.
Amen. Absolutely.
Why is it so many things right now people are going for this not working free stuff? What's going on?
Well, listen, I mean, you know, there's everybody has their value in certain levels and what they think is important to them. Yeah. But whenever you can get anything free, it's an added bonus. You know, it is a good concept.
I like to pay.
I'd like to pay, and I like to be paid. Anyway,
yes, of course.
But yeah, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, how you value yourself and the product that you put out there will determine how strong-willed you continue to be in order to be paid, so you can pay it forward.
And you just have words of wisdom. It's what you put out there and what you do and how you want to be noticed. You know, I always say, if you want to meet people in Starbucks, then go to Starbucks.
There you go.
If you want to meet people at the Ritz-Carlton, I suggest you go to the Ritz-Carlton. It depends where you put yourself in this world.
Correct.
Depends what you want, but I don't think there's anything out there that you cannot do.
Correct, and I totally agree with that. If you have the mindset for it and the passion for it.
Because everything, the whole world, every single country in the whole world is created by people.
That's correct.
Us. You. It's all created. It's not.
Somebody has the idea at some point.
Just because this person's a multimillionaire doesn't mean to say he started out like that.
Correct.
It's what he had in here. I can talk about Amazon.
Absolutely.
There's a guy came along. You know, whether he had money or didn't have money in the beginning, he multiplied.
Correct.
He saw the vision.
Mm-hmm.
He went out and he got it.
Right on.
Everyone said, "Oh, he's lucky and he's got this, he's got that." No, it's not luck. Believe me, it's not.
It's thought. I mean, you can go back to the car and electricity and all that stuff. Somebody had to have an idea somewhere for things to happen.
And I think the message that we're going over for that is that you can do it yourself.
Absolutely.
If you have an idea, don't think, "Oh, no one will ever take any notice of my idea." They will.
Here's the thing about doing a podcast. Here, sitting with you, you have equipment.
Yes.
When I do my podcast, we have big equipment. Folks, if you just have a camera on your laptop and a quiet place, you can do a podcast from home, in your closet, at your place of work. Facebook Live is podcasting.
A closet podcast.
Well, many people have actually turned closets into studios because of the quietness. But I mean, if you have a camera and a way onto the internet or just audio,
you don't need money for it because you've already got it.
Correct.
You can do a podcast on your phone, right?
Correct. Facebook Live, you go right on there. You're doing a podcast.
And you can set your camera or your phone up.
Correct, yeah.
And you can do anything you want.
Absolutely.
Out of all the things you do, which is your favorite?
It's a combination. Well, let me generally say wherever there's one of these is where I like to be in front of a microphone. But obviously doing the radio/podcast, and I MC events. I have a couple of events coming up. I'm hosting a Black Tie Affair on the 15th.
What is that for?
Aiden's Army of Angels. It's an organization that supports families who lost young children to sickle cell anemia, sickle cell and cancer.
And cancer, yes.
So that's that. July 21st, I'm co-hosting a beauty pageant. The Miss Fabulous,
Which one?
The Miss Fabulous Las Vegas with Ellen Stokes. Christine is going to be my co-host. She and I are going to co-host that in July. So that kind of stuff and being on the radio and podcast, those are my true passions.
So, you know, Aaron, you're very passionate, and it comes
Does it
across.
show?
Just very excited.
I do.
But that's how we are. We just
Absolutely.
get. I mean, we're like. I hate to say it, but I'm like this off screen.
Me too.
Never mind on screen.
Me too.
This an energy you have. It's an energy you create. You can walk into a room and you know exactly who you're going to go and talk to, what you're going to do, and you already know it because you eye that room within 2 seconds.
That's right.
That room's eyed, and you know exactly where. And most people walk into a room and they have no idea where they're going or what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But that's because we do what we do and we love it.
And I like getting into the phase now where I'm teaching other people to do it.
Yes.
Because people want to do it like we were just talking about, but they don't know how. They don't know how to put a show together or talk to a sponsor or whatever it is. And I love sharing that education.
And they
I'm
get
putting
all
it into a
nervous.
book now.
Yeah.
I'm putting it into a book now.
So you're going to become an author.
That's right. I have a ghostwriter that's working with me. I'm putting it together, talk about my years in radio, a little training how to do what I do.
Of course.
But I'm also putting in there the story about my health transition over the last 2 years where I've lost about 130 pounds. So I'm sharing all that for motivation and inspiration.
Okay. That sounds like it's another show.
That could be. That could be. Anytime you want.
130 pounds. I don't know if that was on purpose. It sounds like it wasn't on purpose.
It was a drop.
It was a drop.
Tricks of the trade.
Was it a drop? Was it on purpose or?
What, my weight?
Yes.
No, I had to. I had some medical issues that were getting out of hand, and I was as high as 300.
Oh, you need to talk to
54
Harry.
pounds.
You need to talk to Harry.
Yeah.
Because Harry will give you all the.
All
he'll
the
give you
products.
everything, whatever you need.
Well, the bulk of it was through gastric sleeve, so I lost all my weight. My wife did the surgery 12 days after I did. So she,
what do you mean? She had the same surgery as you?
She had 12 days after I did.
Well, that's because the husband and wife, they were eating the same foods, doing the same thing, and then they got the same illness.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just.
I totally agree with you.
Is that what it was?
Well, my illnesses were. She didn't have anything aside just from her weight. I had things like type 2 diabetes, stage 2 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, other issues. Doc put it on the table.
You were an alcoholic?
No, stage 2 non-alcoholic.
Oh, stage 2. No, I never heard of that one before.
Yeah, it's the opposite when you still have when you still have the same liver issues, but you're not drinking to have. Mine was diabetic.
Oh, so
it was all the years I had it before I got diagnosed that it just ravaged my liver.
Yeah, diabetes is a really an unusual disease. A lot of people have it, and I always say on anything you have is what you put in your mouth. I'm not criticizing what anybody puts in their mouth, but we all know what is good and what isn't good.
Correct. And through this process, I've learned an awful lot. It's a big lifestyle change, but I'm healthier.
It's for the better.
Absolutely.
But maybe not what he wants to eat, but what he knows is going to happen to his inside.
I enjoy what I eat now, though.
Oh,
I
you
really
do? You've
Even
learned.
from that drastic change. I still have cravings, but I put them aside.
Good for you. How can anybody reach you?
Yeah, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Aaron Phillips, The Voice. Twin brothers from different mothers, all on Facebook. You can email me direct at aaronphillipslv2018@gmail.com. Love to chat with you and just sit down and brainstorm.
I think that's absolutely wonderful. Great gentleman. I had the one on before. This seems to be like a nutritional, getting everybody back into their health, speaking their mind, and helping other people. And that's what it's all about. We should all try to help other people if we can. We'll be right back with our next guest.